Hey guys, I'm Dove Cameron, and this is Drama Story with Capital. I think this is by far the most ridiculous story I have in my life. So it's the final day of Descendants 2 shooting. Filming had stopped, but everybody was leaving the next day to go back to where they're from. It was Halloween. It just so happened to be Halloween. Thomas and I were just starting to date at this point. We were all over at our friend Dylan's house, and we'd like everybody dressed up. We took photos. So it was like 4 a.m. We'd watched a bunch of scary movies, and Thomas and I were the only ones awake. Or so we thought. And so we walked to McDonald's because it was like right there. And it was the only thing that was going to be open in Vancouver at 4 a.m. We get there, and on our way back, we see it's like deserted. It's like a ghost town. Nobody is awake. There are no cars. You can like hear the leaves scrape on the ground via the wind. It's that quiet. And we hear somebody walking behind us. And I just like reflexively turn around, and it's this massive human being in a chicken costume. Like an adult, not a child. An adult walking alone in a chicken costume, hiding their face. And I was like, I just had this really bad feeling. I was like, this is not normal. Something's weird about this. But we just kept walking. And it was only like a couple blocks till we got home to Dylan's. And we kept walking, and every time we turn around, the chicken would stop. And then we'd start, and chicken would start again. And I was like, oh my God, this is how I die. I'm gonna die tonight, and this is how I die. And I was like in my pajamas or something, and I was like, I'm gonna die with this guy who I barely know, and we're gonna die in Vancouver via chicken. We get close to the house, and I start to like move a little quicker, and the chicken starts full-blown running towards us, like going to murder us. And Thomas like stays really slow, and he's like, it's fine, like whatever it is, like I'll handle it. And I was like, what if it has a knife? What if this chicken's packing heat, you know? And I like run into the house, and he barely narrowly gets in behind me, and the house is awake by the time we get back. We lock the door, and this chicken person starts slamming on the windows. I was positive I was gonna die. And they were banging on the windows, and then they'd disappear into the brush and then bang on the windows on the other side of the house. Truly terrifying. And Thomas and I come in, and I'm like babbling on about what was happening, and everybody's like, it's okay, just like stay calm. And then they're like, and then one of our friends comes up from the basement, and she's like, what's going on? Like I was downstairs, like, you know, doing decorations or whatever. And we were trying to tell her, and then she like goes back down, and we're like, oh my God, she's been gone a long time. And the chicken's been gone a long time too. And we're like, oh my God, something happened to Danny. So everybody gets really on edge. Everybody's pacing. We're like thinking about calling the cops. And then we hear a knock on the door. And Dylan, who owns the house, goes up and looks out the door, and he's like, it's the chicken. And we're like, well, don't open the door. And he's like, I'm gonna open the door. And we're like, why are you gonna open the door? This thing's trying to kill us. And he opens it, and all I could see, the chicken comes inside the house, no lie. And Thomas, in like slow motion, you know how like big waves come, they come in slow motion because you think you're gonna die. Thomas deftly moves me out of the way because I was the closest one to the door, jumps on top of this person in a chicken suit, and starts like pummeling them like he's trying to kill them. And then everybody starts screaming and like, stop, stop, it's Danny. And it was Dylan's girlfriend, Danny, the whole time. And we take the hood off, and she's like crying. And it was like the worst. It was the worst because I was like coming down from thinking I was about to die, coming down from thinking Thomas was gonna get stabbed, and then thinking Dylan had like planned our murder, letting this chicken in the house. I was like betrayed. I was scared. My heart rate was, I couldn't process. Like I genuinely thought I was gonna die. I thought everybody in the house was gonna die. Danny's fine, by the way. No Danny's were harmed in the making of this terrible, terrible joke. But it was really, really funny after the fact. Not very funny that night. Didn't sleep.